and welcome back to Snowrunner. I'm here today to look at 3 new mods that have been put up, and today's the 12th of the 5th 2021. And no, we're not reviewing this because anybody that watches my channel will know that this is the last one that I reviewed, but I love it so much I'm back in it today. But the trucks that we are going to go and have a look at, let's jump in the cab. You can see them there through the slats in the window. Are these 3 big boys over here? Well, 2 are big boys and one of them is fairly normal, and there they are. And boy, those are some chunky tires on that Western. So without further ado, guys, what we're going to do, I'm going to jump into one of these other vehicles, and the first one, actually comes up there for me, is the Monster, or the Monstar, as it is called on here. Nice view of the garage roof there. This is the Monster Loadstar 1700 2.0, and this is by a modder called Six Gamer. As you can see, we're in some fun with this. The springs seem a bit loose on the back. Hopefully we'll be able to change them. So without further ado, let's jump in the garage and see what it's all about. So, customization wise, starting with engines. 2 engines to choose from. It comes with the SI 6V 1900, which gives it a power to weight ratio of S+, and the 2100T. So, you know me, more power is always what I'm after, and we'll sell that one. Down to gearboxes, right, we have a balanced, a fine tune, a high range, and the off-road. Let's go off-road with that. Suspension wise, we only have the one suspension, which is a bit of a shame because it does seem a little bit floaty on there. Tyre wise, right, we've got 4 options, all mud tyres, 59 MHS 1s, MSH, sorry, 59s, level 3 and level 4. Right, the level 4 ones seem to give us the best on-road handling, so let's bung them on. Winch wise, we have stock, extended scout, advanced scout, autonomous scout, which is definitely going on there, and a high powered scout. Snorkel wise, short round cap ×2. That's probably just a little bit of an error, but we'll take that. Right, frame add-ons. Right, we have a roof rack, fantastic. 300 repair points, 4 spare wheels, and an extra 40 litres of fuel. Don't mind if I do. Flatbed. Okay, not too bad. Small sideboard bed, and the suspension start to sink there, so I'm assuming once we stick a bit of cargo in there, that's probably going to go down a little bit more. Pickup chassis add-on, which 150 repair points, 3 spare wheels, and 100 fuel tank. Oh, and the loading crane, which almost bottoms out the entire back end. No doubt this thing will be pulling wheelies if we leave that on there. So let's put the pickup chassis on there. We'll take it out as a rescue rig. Right, front side. What do we have? Angled with beacons. Angled with beacons, alright, so let's strip that on there. Rooftop. Flasher bar, roof fog lights. ×2, alright. They seem to be doubled up on a couple of things here, but I think we'll stick to the roof rack. Front bumpers, heavy duty pipe, angled defender, hinged, and 2 stock. Quite like the looks of that one and that one actually. Let's go with the heavy duty pipe, first one. So miscellaneous. Right, cage beacons, which is just sneaking out underneath that 2 square beacons, side chrome parking lights, twin horns, external horns and searchlight. Don't like any of those. Rims, we have a choice of 3. Go with those. Right, paint wise, I think we've got quite a good variety of paints. Let's go through. Anything new? Not really. Quite like the beige, that's quite a nice one. But where's my red? Red with black fenders, there we go. Over to decorations, we've got the bobbleheads, the accessories and the stickers and hood ornaments. Won't really take any notice of those. Right, let's take this out. See what it does. Right, all-wheel drive is always on and the diff lock is always on. So this is very wobbly. This is some very soft suspension. I'm sorry if you can hear any knocking in the background. Fortunately, the neighbours are having some work done. As much as I've tried deadening the sound, I cannot get rid of all of it. So if you do hear it, I do apologise in advance. So let's get this down on the tarmac road. Seems to handle okay. It's not very fast, but it is holding the road even though it says average tyres. Break down over the ditch and through the field. Over on the cope here. An automatic, that's fine. It's slowing down just a little bit, but it is still going. That's the main thing. Clutch. As you know, we're going to swing round to the left. Go through the water. Now knock this into high. It still goes in high, but not as fast as I would have assumed it would, but it is holding. Oh, let's put it back into automatic, get a bit more grip. And crossroads. This mud really is quite thick here. Not having to use the winch at the moment, so that's a good thing. I think what they've done, they've tried to beef it up a little bit, but try to keep it vanilla at the same time. So it gives you the options of making it look big and beefy with a couple of extra add-ons, but at the same time not going too over the top and sticking to vanilla as best as they can. So I'll get to the fork in the road and we'll head back up to the garage. Once we get up there, we will try out the 2 vehicles. It does not like to climb. So again, I think their purpose here was to give it the look and the stance, but not overpower it. I think an all-terrain tyre would have been a little bit better for here. Ooh, is it going to get up? It's struggling. Maybe I should have knocked it down into low, but I wanted to see if it would cope. Back through the last ditch. Knock it up a couple of gears. It keeps stalling out. The gearing's a little bit peculiar on it. It does like to stall out a couple of times. You see it sort of rock backwards and forwards almost as if the gears are locking. So, but yeah, not a bad little vehicle. I mean, once you've driven the APC and you try and get another Scout, you know, it's very hard to compare the two. No. Decent little vehicle. Wish the suspension could be a little bit harder on it, but all round nice vehicle. Right, let's change trucks. We'll jump in the Western Monster. Now this thing just looks absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that front frame, it's just, yeah. Let's get it started up, handbrake off. We'll get it into the garage and see what it's about. Now this is the Western Monster, and this is by a modder called reveiw 667. Now he's but 2 vehicles up. Obviously this is the first one that we're looking at, and the second one is obviously the other one outside parked outside the garage, which is Big Z, and we'll be taking a look at that one very shortly. Right, engine wise it comes with a WM1, which is an A+. We've got WM2, which is an S, and WM3, which is S+. I'll take the most powerful ones, thank you very much. Gearbox wise, right, we have a choice of 3. WM default, Scout default, highway, pretty self-explanatory, and an off-road. We'll stick with the off-road box. Suspension wise, right, okay, it dropped a little bit there. So that is the Monster stock, which actually gives it quite a nice stance actually. Monster high firm, which is what the Lodestar could have done with, but that's just my opinion. And soft. I'm actually going to go with the stock because I think that looks the best. I'll get rid of those. Tyre options, right. We start off with highways. There's 3 choice of highways, all 63s. All terrains, we have a 63, a 67, which looks absolutely insane, and then we have a massive 85. Now they're bigger than the cab, and I'm pretty sure you'd probably be able to walk underneath that if you were actually stood next to it properly. So we'll go to off-roads, back down to a 63 in the off-roads, a 68. No, Hummer tyres on the 68. Mud, only good, not excellent. Right, back down to a 67. And then a massive 85 again. Nose. Mud tyres, we have a 67. 83. Another 83 in the MSH2s. The 3s. The 4s, and obviously the Tega tyres, and then we have these which are an 85, which are just absolutely insane. But I'm actually going to go this time all the way back this way, and we're going to use the 85s, but we're going to go all to, no we won't, we'll go off-road I think. And we'll use the 85s. Now the 85s say it's only good in mud. We could do with an average and an excellent, which I bet the mud tyres will give us. Poor, poor, good, good. Okay. We'll go with these. The OHS2s. They're a 67, but what the hell? Winch, we got winch default, winch extended power, offline, which we'll keep, and winch power. Diff lock, we can lock the diff if we want to, so we'll definitely put that on there. Spare wheels, it already says that it's loaded 1 set of spare wheels. Might as well put the other set on there. Snorkel wise, we have stock air filter and wedge cap. We'll go with that because I think the height of the vehicle itself, and we know what path we're going to be taking. All-wheel drive, now engageable all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive only. As you can see, that changes the springs. It looks automatically better with just the rear wheels, but we'll go all-wheel drive, and as you can see, it puts that transfer case right there at the front and gives it a bit more of a beefier look. Down to frame add-ons, right. We have the PC320 heavy crane a flatbed, the van body add-on. It's got quite a gap there, so I'm assuming we might be able to get away with a crane as well. The maintenance, sideboard, fuel tank. Yeah, there you go. I don't think you can add them both at the same time though, can you? No, you cannot. So I'll get rid of that crane. Oh. Back into frame add-ons. Saddle high, saddle low. We'll go with the sideboard bed. Into visuals, rear bumpers, stock wheel fenders. Might came up with cabin protector there, I've got no idea. Front side, straight cap sun visor. Go on, we'll have that. Rooftop, round beacon, cyclone, parking lights, external horn, triple horn, external horns, roof fog lights and beacons. Fog lights, and I hate beacons. Front bumper, we have the Defender, angled, hinged, heavy duty and stock. Let's go heavy duty. Miscellaneous, cabin protector again. Don't want that. Exhausts, we have outrolled, flat cap, wedge cap, muzzle, outrolled again, single this time, and stock. Obviously if you leave it, the exhaust is going to be at the bottom, out the way, not obstructing our view. Rims, choice of 2, go with those. Colour options, obviously we have the DLC. And what else do we have in here? Anything else? We've got a couple of two-tones, which I think these are actually off the Fleet Star, actually. That yellow does look nice, yellow with the green. Yellow and black. Black and yellow. Quite like the green. We'll go with that. And nothing for decoration wise. So let's take this out. This video is getting on quite a bit now. So let's turn the all-wheel drive on. So same path as before. One thing we didn't check with Lodestar actually was trailers. Once again, it's handling the road pretty well. In-cab view, a lot louder in here. In-cab view is not too bad. It certainly gives you like a dominating feeling as you're travelling along very high up. So, through the mud, knock it down again. Oh, it's knocked it back down into first. Does not like the mud too well. I thought with that S-Plus engine, I thought that would have been enough power. It's a low plus. Diff sound a little bit. Get out the rough stuff. Go into high. It will go into high. Whoa! We got a little bit of a wheelie jump going on there. Quite firm suspension on this. Not showing any damage at the moment, so that's all good. No, I do like that. Oh, spoke too soon. There we go, got big damage on the springs there. I do like this high gear. I'm sure with the saddle low, saddle high. Ooh. Yeah, a little too bit ahead of myself there. And like I said, you could, with the saddle low, saddle high, you can have a good range of trailer options to stick on there. The height might be a little bit of an issue with some of the trailers. You're going to have them angled back a little bit, so you have to take that into account, especially if you chose one of the other settings in the suspension options. higher ones up. But I'm sure the trailer hitches would actually go on there. Kick it into high. No, doesn't want to know in high. So I can kick it into second and then throw it into high. Yeah, I'm struggling just a little bit now. It is still moving, but it is struggling. Back up the hill, back towards the garage. Yeah. Monster Western. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. It's quite a decent vehicle. Once again, it's not aimed at being too overpowered. There's a fine balance between overpowering a vehicle and trying to keep it as vanilla as possible. And I think they've done this one pretty well. Because the vanilla truck of this model I do actually like. When I first started playing the game, it was one of my go-to vehicles, just like I said with the other one. So yeah, really nicely done. Switch that engine off. Yeah, really do like this. That's a nice looking truck. So anyway, moving on over to Big Z. Now this is by the same modder again. This is reveiw 667's version. So let's get this into the garage and see what he's done and messed around with in here. Stripped customizations, engines. Oh, we have a whole plethora of engines here. So initially it comes with an A-. There's a couple of S pluses in here. Quite a lot of S pluses actually. So let's go with the 520 AT and sell that. Gearbox wise, stock, highway and off-road. We'll stick with the off-road. Suspension wise, we have stock, raised, high raised and off-road adventure. Let's go with off-road adventure because that's what we'll be doing. We'll sell these. Tyre options, we've got 3 sets in the highway, all 45s. 45s in the all-terrain except the 54 OHS1. Off-roads, start with 45s, 50s, and then a 54 OHS2 in the off-roads. Mud tyres, 54s, 63s, and the Tega tyres. Chains, 45s, 50s and 54s. We will go with anything that's excellent and average. We'll go with these. Winch, stock, extended, offline, which we'll keep, and a high powered. Diff lock, we have engageable and unlocked. Stick with the engageable. Spare wheels, which seems to be strangely placed, sort of mid-frame. So, don't know what that's all about. Snorkel, twin front facing. Really do like that setup. Frame add-ons, we have flatbed, van body, metal detector, sideboard. That's quite sort of, yeah, it is angled a little bit. Fuel tank, which makes it sit quite straight. Right, we have a pickup chassis that we can stick on the back. I wonder if that's why we can put the spare wheels on it as well. Got the service cab off the Lodestar. We've got a crane that we can, well, we've got both cranes, saddle high, saddle low. So I reckon we can stick that on with the service cab. And will we get away with that spare wheel? If we can get it turned around. Yeah, the spare wheel sits just there. So we'll stick that on too. Over to visuals, rear bumper, stock wheel, fenders, don't want those on there. Front side, we have the angled visor. Front bumpers, reinforced, fog lighter, hinged, heavy duty pipe, stock, heavy duty pipe again, axle protector, another fog lighter and another stock. Quite like that one, so let's go with that. Down to miscellaneous. Right, we can put a cab protector on. Oh, there's actually two cab protectors. Oh, very strange. Okay, let's go with that one. We'll go with that one as well. Cab air filter, all the usual. Some fog lights, exhausts. We have flat cap, heat shielded, stock, heat shielded again, but outrolled. Muzzle, outrolled and stock. Rims, we have the P16 rims. Colours, all the same usual colours. We've got a couple of extras there. Quite like that one. Go with that. Decorations, not much decoration wise. In fact, nothing decoration wise, I should be saying. Let's jump out. We'll go for a nosy round. Once again, you can select the all-wheel drive to be on and off, and also diff lock on and off. So, just going to change the time real quick. Let's get some daylight. Oh, a sunny day. Maybe I shouldn't have chose the high suspension. Mind you, it would have been good if we had the bigger wheels, but here we go. Bear in mind I haven't put the all-wheel drive on. Tarmac wise, ooh, starting to get a little bit of a drift on. I'll put the all-wheel drive on. Head over to the ditch. There we go. So yeah, this is another one by, like I said, Remo 667. Oh, we get stuck in here. Get a low plus. Diffs on. Doesn't like going through here at all. Now this is another one where he's giving you the options of making it look bigger and beefier without going too over the top. And trying to keep the game as vanilla as possible. I'm sure if we put the Tega tyres on, it probably would have got through there a little bit better. Going through the ruts of the vehicles that were here before it. Not bad, let's get it out of low plus now. As you know, once we hit water, I will knock it up into high, see how it handles there. Third gear into high. Well, it's handling it. That's the main thing, it's handling it. And considering the amount of weight it is with the crane and that service pod on the back, if he's done the physics right, then yeah, all in all, pretty good. Proper set of mud tyres on here would have been better. Go back a little bit, be a better view. Around the tree. Really well, handling there. Maybe if we had dropped the suspension, maybe it would have got hung up a little bit better. So in all fairness, that was a a good choice. Spur of the moment, but a good choice all in all. Back up the hill. It's still in high, so very pleased with it there. Is it a vehicle I would use? Let's put back to automatic. It's probably not something that I would go for. I mean, it's more than capable of doing the job that you'd want it to do. But not really my cup of tea. But a review is a review. And I think he's done pretty well with this, in all fairness. Oh, we've got it stuck on here now. O plus. There we go. It's all about knowing how to use your gears. And I don't know how to use my gears whatsoever. So it's just the luck of the draw. If low doesn't work, try high, especially when you've knocked it into second. Back into auto. There we go. Back towards the garage. And there you have it. Those are the 3 new vehicles available today in the mod store on consoles. Like I said, we have 2 of them by one guy, reveiw667, who's done these 2. I'd say he's done pretty well with the pair of them. Out of the 2, I would definitely choose the Western Monster. This one, the Big Z, not too keen on. As for the Lodestar 1700, a little bit too soft on the suspension for me. Let's just jump over back to it now. Yeah, this one's a little bit too soft on the suspension. If he'd given us a couple more options on there, I would have been a lot happier. But all in all, this has been my review on the 3 new trucks today. If you like what you see and you're not already subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that notifications bell, keep you up to date on everything that I do release. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you haven't enjoyed the video, hit the dislike button, but the algorithm will still say the same, that it's been reviewed. In the meantime, guys, stay safe, take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next one.